Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Trout. It is my pleasure to be your platform assistant today. And I'm going to read from the Daily Word. The Daily Word for today, Sunday, January 10th, is prosperity. I claim prosperity now. When I feel tempted to wish for a more prosperous life, I remember my prosperity begins at the level of my thinking. I focus my thoughts on the many blessings already in my life, and I feel grateful. From this place of gratitude, it becomes easy to notice more and more blessings all around me. This awareness helps me develop an attitude of prosperity. I tend to my thoughts of prosperity as though they are flowers in a garden. I plant them in good soil and nurture them with water and sunshine. This rich environment allows prospering ideas to take root and grow. As I nurture these ideas, I am abundantly blessed in life, love, health, and joy. And from Psalm 36:8, they feast on the abundance of your house, and you give them drink from the river of your delights. And now, if you would join me in reciting our affirmation of faith for this month. I believe it is behind me. There it is. So let's all read this together. My faith assures me that every event in my life has meaning and brings gifts. That was nice. Let's try it again as a prayer. And for those of you watching along on Facebook, some of you did not say that with us. I want you to say it now. Here we go. Let's say this prayerfully. My faith assures me that every event in my life has meaning and brings gifts. And now we're going to declare it. Declare it so that everybody can hear you. I want them to hear you across the streets, all right? And that goes for you watching on YouTube as well. Or on Facebook, well, wherever you're watching. Here we go. My faith assures me that every event in my life has meaning and brings gifts. Excellent. That's amen. I felt that. All right, let's move from that high energy now to a time of meditation and prayer with Michael Wright.
Good morning, friends, and welcome. As we come together today, we all experienced a pretty tumultuous week, and I would like for us all to keep in our consciousness who we are as people and as spiritual beings on the face of this planet, and that we're here to make a difference. So we want to focus on that in this meditation today, with the understanding that through these experiences we've had this week, it called upon our emotions a lot, and challenged our humanness. But through our human experience, we continue to evolve as a spiritual being. So as we step into this prayerful moment, let us bear in mind that we are supplied with everything that we need. Even our very breath is the breath of Mother, Father, Creator God, breathing in and through you. So allow the rhythm of your breath to relax your body with this awareness that you are a spiritual being. You are a spiritual being, an expression of love. And with that expression of love comes the awareness that love conquers all. And this is what we bring to the face of the planet. This week has called us to grow in awareness of our potential as a child of God. Sometimes through life experiences, we might be tempted to see that there are missteps, that they're not occasions for self-blame or for fault-finding, but instead opportunities to practice self-awareness and spiritual growth. The divine attributes that we share include understanding, wisdom, love, faith, and strength. And these all support our development and evolution as a spiritual being. Let us understand that these are seeds deep within us that sprout and deepen as roots during our life journey. So as we step into space just as like this that we are right now, we understand that in this space, in our hearts and minds, all is well. And we claim all of the above: understanding, wisdom, love, faith, and strength as divine aspects of our being. We take this opportunity to call upon them and practice consciously drawing upon them in everyday life, asking ourselves, how can I be present to this moment, anchored in love, and being a beacon of hope that knows the divine outcome is inevitable. So as spiritual beings, we call upon these attributes and practice consciously drawing upon them in everyday life. And during these moments that we experience that might seem uncertain, let us stay patient, as then we remember that evolution is a gradual process. And spiritual evolution is lifelong, and its rewards are beyond measure. We understand that in the world of human interaction, there may be times when the expression of love changes. It could happen that we no longer feel love for someone or they for me. But what underlies all of this is that God's love never changes. No matter what we do or don't do, that divine love for me and in me is unchanging. Let us know that as we go into a moment of silence. No matter what I do or don't do, divine love for me and in me is unchanging. Let us know this. Sweet Spirit, as we embrace this thought, we know this, that we make the decision to love generously. And we are allowed to do so when we commune with the spiritual presence expressing as each one of us. We open our hearts wide and share the limitless love of God with everyone. And as our awareness of God within lifts us, we are a channel of that love to the world. We are a channel of that love to the world. And we are reminded in John 15:12, this is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. So as we return to this space and time and this moment of new beginning, may we do so with grateful hearts and feel that love growing within each one of us each day in a stronger and stronger way. And so it is. Amen and namaste.
Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart, and it won't let go. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body, I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart, and it won't let go. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful.
We are preparing to bring to the screen our speaker for today, Louise Dunn. Many of you know Louise. If you do not know Louise, if you're not familiar with her, be prepared. We are blessed to receive her words of wisdom, her words of guidance, and her insights into our faith and into how we show up in the world. So without any further ado, I would like to welcome Louise Dunn.
Okay, thank you. I thought we lost connection there. Oh, dear ones, beloved of God, we are passing through the most difficult times that most of us have ever seen in this lifetime. In the last few days, just even the last few days, we have watched as our nation's stability was threatened in a most vicious, visible, and deadly way. Our democracy is being threatened by hatred and suspicion and appalling lack of unified leadership. Our healthcare systems in many places across the country right now are at the breaking point, caring for tidal waves of COVID patients. The economic future, the economic stability of millions of our citizens is threatened by unemployment and lack of income. These and many other conditions are bringing some people, our own brothers and sisters, to the point of desperation. What are we going to do about this, dear ones? What does our spiritual faith offer as solutions? We usually think of faith as something that we have or don't have as an individual. But today, I'd like us to take this idea of faith as something vitally essential to all humanity. Not just at this time of innumerable crises, but at all times in our journey on this planet. The theme for unity this year is how to stay centered no matter what. How to stay centered in our faith no matter what is happening to us and around us. So today, I'd like us to consider faith as something we hold with and for each other. I will begin by reading a passage from a little book by James E. Miller and Susan C. Kutchell, and it's entitled The Art of Being a Healing Presence. This is what they say. One of the most powerful things you can do for someone as a healing presence is simply believe. Simply believe. They say further, holding certainty is another way of describing this act of believing. We need those two words, holding certainty. They say this is not about persuading others to think and act in a different way, nor is it about encouraging them to become optimistic or hopeful, end quote. I have to say that, when you're trying to share with someone what you're really going through and how you really feel, and they immediately want to encourage you to think differently and to be, more optimistic and hopeful, it's very irritating. Because it actually discounts their own innate wisdom. At that moment, they didn't want to fix us. They didn't want us or you or anybody else to fix them. They just wanted to vent. They wanted to express. So what does holding certainty mean? Well, our authors say holding certainty simply means you consciously hold a vision of the potential for wholeness that already exists in them. I'm going to say that again because it's so important. Holding certainty, holding faith, simply means you consciously hold a vision of the potential for wholeness, the potential for wholeness that already exists in them. The authors then say that while we may have no illusion that the way ahead for somebody will be easy or that it will be clear, They say, in holding certainty, we carry a strong conviction that something healing, something life-giving can occur. This is the faith we need right now. The holding of certainty with each other, that something deeply healing, something life-giving, something wonderfully renewing can happen. I don't know that I've shared this yet in a talk with all of you at Unity, but a few weeks ago, I had the occasion to experience the power of this kind of faith from others to me. Symptoms very similar to COVID started appearing in my body, and I immediately asked for prayer. The responses that came to me from my prayer partners was very loving and encouraging. And one person said, "You've got this. God is with you every step. You've got this. God is with you every step." Those simple words made me pay attention differently. I almost felt myself being pulled up out of any worry or fear. I was just kind of yanked right out of it. That person was believing, they were holding certainty in my ability to heal and the certainty that God was with me every step of the way through whatever I was facing and whatever was about to happen. This person reminded me, dear ones, not to hold the perceived problem in my mind, but the certainty of a solution. So, as it turned out, I did not have the virus, yet I had a beautiful, empowering reminder that we do not walk through a single moment of our life alone and unattended. I've recently been reading a book about the big yes. And the big yes, according to this author, is the yes that allows nothing but love, the yes that allows us to be completely supported in life. Whether we know it or not, we put a lot of reservations on love, on being loved. We put a lot of reservations on being completely supported. I don't know where we got this, if it was from, the founders of the country, but we have a kind of a, buck up and suffer through it kind of attitude. What if we don't have to? What if suffering isn't, preordained? It's in our own hands. So in that little experience that I had, it was the outpouring of love and faith from my fellow prayer partners that, I have to tell you, emboldened me to believe in a healing solution, holding certainty. So think for a moment, and let's be honest. Let's be honest about all the times that we just didn't know what to say to someone when they were having a really hard time, when they were going through something god-awful. And yes, that is an expression. How have we really responded with them? Did we have the presence of mind to say, what can I know for you? What do you want me to hold with you? That is often a bazillion times more helpful than trying to fix them or find their solution. The solution is already within them. We just need to hold the certainty that it's there. You know, the solution already is within the consciousness of our country. It was in the consciousness of the founders of the country, those who wrote our Constitution. It is in the consciousness of all of us together who want to see it survive and thrive. The consciousness is already within us of health. And that consciousness is actually so large that yes, we could wipe out an epidemic if we would pull ourselves up and hold certainty with each other. That doesn't mean that we won't do the things that, the experts and authorities tell us we should do to be safe. And it doesn't mean that we won't follow our inner guidance on what we need to do to be safe. But imagine that even just here on this call, those of you in the building of the church and those of us, on this wonderful venue of a Zoom call or a Facebook Live call, what if we were all holding certainty with each other that the potential, the divine potential for health and wholeness and unity and well-being is already here. It's already within us. So holding certainty with another means we give assurance to them that miracles are possible. And yes, a miracle is possible always, even as we cross over from this life into the next. When we hold certainty with someone else, we give voice to a deep conviction that something wonderfully better can happen. We don't even have to name it. As a matter of fact, it's not our job to name it for somebody else, unless they've specifically asked us to pray for that. What we hold is that something wonderfully better can happen for them. We speak with sureness and clarity and authority that they are not alone. Do you know how many people need that right now? I could just burst out crying, thinking of the millions of people that need to hear, possibly even from you or from me this very day, that they are not alone. That we are thinking the highest with them and for them. When I'm sick, when I'm under the weather, or when I'm depressed, or when I'm scared about something, I don't want somebody fixing me. I want somebody holding certainty that something better is about to happen. When we hold certainty with another, dear ones, we hold that the divine healing presence is always within them and ever near, and that their life is full of the potential for a greater good. Ernest Holmes once said, "When prayer removes distrust and doubt and enters the field of mental certainty, it becomes faith." I'd like to repeat that. When prayer removes distrust and doubt and enters the field of mental certainty, it becomes faith. When we have faith, when we hold certainty with each other, especially in prayer, it engenders in all of us together a deeper level of courage and confidence. Faith is a feeling of certainty that something can materialize, even though at this moment it has not. A Course in Miracles says, certainty is always of God. I don't even know what that means. I'm not sure I know what that means. You know what? I'm not going to worry about what it means. I just like those words. Certainty is always of God. It feels good. And it says, the Course says, that the scriptural quote, fear God and accept his commandments, now becomes know God and accept his certainty. When I pray with someone, it is my deepest heart desire that they know God, God's love for them, and accept the certainty of that love. Faith that is supported by others gives us strength and courage to face things that scare us, that send us into the turmoil of fear and doubt, and that would even appear to threaten our well-being, our livelihood, or our life. Faith, holding the certainty of a miracle with each other, is our sacred responsibility in our spiritual communities and in our individual circles of influence in this world. It's our sacred responsibility. And it works just as quickly and assuredly in just about any situation in crisis. When we make a statement of faith to another, we want to also get to the feeling level of those words. We want the frequency of certainty running through our whole system. Lesson 120 in A Course in Miracles says, I rest in God today and let Spirit work in and through me while I rest in quiet and in perfect certainty. Do you hear this? That the simple resting in quiet and certainty allows Spirit to work in us and through us for our good. In this trusting, this resting, we know beyond a shadow of a doubt, as the Course says, God's certainty suffices. Dear ones, we cannot know what is about to happen. We cannot know what is about to happen to any one of us or all of us together. We cannot know what is about to unfold in our country. But we can hold faith with each other through all of it, that something better is emerging out of it all. As one minister's newsletter said this week, the cracks reveal the light. Wherever we are mightily challenged, can feel like a crack in our ability to cope or even survive. Yet that challenge is the call for a greater good, perhaps, than we have ever known or dreamed of before. Let's have a brief meditation together right now. Let us breathe and relax. Soft belly breathing. Shoulders, just relieved of all burden. Let us be still. Let us rest in quiet in our body. So gently yet deeply quiet that we feel the certainty of the divine presence with us right now, just as we are. Let us affirm in our mind and with our whole heart, Within us is the miracle of life, always and forever ready to express greater health, wellness, wholeness, oneness. Within us is the power of the Creator, all wise and knowing, guiding and directing us to the highest and holiest good. Within us, each and all together, is the power to claim the dreams and wishes of our hearts. Within us is the unlimited potential of all creation. Within us is the certainty of God, ever renewing our being according to our willingness to receive, according to our faith, according to the decisions of our soul. Dear ones, let us now hold this truth and faith in this truth together, that all people are created equally holy and equally worthy. We hold certainty of this with each other. Amen. God bless you.
Thank you, Louise. As always, what a blessing. What a blessing she is to us. Now's the time to prepare for our love offering. I invite you to go to our website, unityofindy.org, and donate online, or mail a check to Unity of Indianapolis at 907 North Delaware, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46202. And as you prepare for your offering, I'd like to acknowledge any first-timers. Are there any first-timers with us today? Yeah. Awesome. Good. We're glad you're here today. We believe you're here by divine appointment, and we hope you find a blessing in associating with us today. And please come back. Okay. And if you're watching us online for the first time, type in your name and let us know you're here. It's a pleasure to have you with us. So now take your love offering in your hand or visualize your gift. I invite you to hold your offering in heart-centered intention as we affirm our blessing over our offering. Together, divine love, working through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I receive, and I am grateful. And if you'll drop your offering in the basket at the back of the service, the money stewards will bless it and will send it on its way to do the good work that we're doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. One other announcement, maybe just one. Nikki Ledgerwood contacted me this week. She would like to collect some coats for the homeless. So if you have some gently used coats that they're just kind of hanging around in your closet, taking up space, please bring those in here, and then she will take them and have them cleaned and be able to distribute those to some homeless folks that are in need of coats. Is that it, Nikki? All right, awesome. Also, since we were talking about our love offering and giving, we have a new, we haven't posted it yet, but we have a new way to give online. So be looking for that as well. You can, if you use PayPal, you can still do that if you want to, but there will be another way of online giving. So make things a little bit easier. All right. So now as we prepare to end the service, let's prepare for the peace song. If you want to stand up, please feel free to stand up, or you can sit and just hold the certainty that we are all standing hand in hand, heart to heart, soul to soul. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. And let us pray together the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning, will lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning, will lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning,